Okay, another coaching session for you on your weekly coaching sessions at the Hair Loss University as a member. This is for your growth. This is business pillar for sure. This is the relationship of you building your clientele base, obviously, first, but then you know what you're going to need? You're going to need recruiting. You're going to need staff. You're going to need staff internship and training and programming, and we're going to share a lot of it with you. At first, you got to find the candidates. You got to find the ones that will be a perfect match for them and your team and your practice. And it is an absolute science, but not perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what we just did. I mean, we literally did it over the last 3 months, recruiting, because I have 2 women, one coming back from pregnancy leave, a second one ready to go on pregnancy leave, another one that needed to go to more part-time level, and wow, that's a lot in the impact of a short period of time. I mean, nobody's expecting those little babies to be popping out, but they do, thank God for the growth of our population. But in turn, finding the right individual takes recruiting, just like a major recruiting company. I went with a group of insurance company where I did a keynote speaking presentation, and you know, one of the biggest things they said, it was the key to their success, as I interviewed them and discussed their successes, multi-million-dollar successes, was that they recruited. They recruited, and the second most important part is they train. Those are the keys, the 2 keys that are absolutely important. So let's discuss it right off the bat. The reality of recruiting is being able to truly, as you know, I like Post-its, really being able to go to the resource, to the well. You say, well, Jeff, don't we want people that are highly educated, already know what they're doing, and they can come into our practice and hit the ground running? No, that is not my recommendation. It has not been my practice in probably 15 years. It used to be, and it used to create such drama, such difficulty, such egos, such problematic issues, because it wasn't taking somebody and nurturing them in culture. First, assessing that they're right, then their culture and your culture and the relationship of marrying them together as a team culture. Really important, and I'm going to be speaking a lot about that. And in our Hair Loss Solutions TV blog, we'll be sharing some interviews with Neil Dukoff from Strategies, which is the guru of team culture, and he's going to share with you some of the most important secrets he's had over the multiple decades of years of helping salons grow their culture and grow their team. And it includes paid base and all of the issues of the questions you probably have. But first step first, and guess what I have today? I do have my Starbucks, so I'm going to try that first. And we'll go from there. Let's talk about, what do you do? Number one, really, before you even start calling, go online and look up all of the beauty schools and barber schools. They are an emerging population of really some beautiful, beautiful individuals that you may find that one special one for you. So in turn, understand you want to find the addresses, the phone numbers, any information you can. Then make a preceding call, before this call, a preceding discovery call. Call and ask who handles education for the school. Who is the education director? Whatever title they may use. Get the proper spelling, get all that information. Get their email if you can. Then you want to send them an email and put that email introduction of you, and that you will be calling them. Don't go into a long email. They don't have time. They won't look at it. And if you got their cell number, send them a text on top of that. But Kathy, I'm Jeffrey Paul. I have the Hair and Scalp Specialist Center. I love to share with you and talk with you not only about possible future job opportunities for your students, but some education that I'd like to share with your students and your faculty. I'd like to call you in the next couple of days. Please watch for my call. That begins to set the platform up for success. Now, once you've got that name, you've got a person to go to, you make an appointment if possible, and that's not always possible, but you make an appointment with their front desk. I need to talk to Kathy. This is Jeffrey Paul. I had sent her an email talking to her about giving her a call, so I want to schedule a time so I don't try to catch her in between a busy schedule or at lunch or a day that she's off. Ideally, they will schedule that appointment that you're only going to take 15 to 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of her time. And you now have a point person, you have her attention, you have a scheduled appointment at that point. You call her and introduce yourself. You go over the relationship of your name, confirming her name and her email, and being sure that you're connected, because maybe you sent that email, you put the wrong .com in or something, and it didn't get to her, and she says, who are you? So you clear that up right in the front end of the phone call. But you do introductions about what you do. You want to know about their calendar of their career day. Once or twice a year, almost all the beauty schools at least, I don't know about the barber schools yet, but have a career day where they invite salon professionals to come in and either set up a table and meet the students and introduce themselves and kind of share what you do in your center, your salon, your spa, whatever it might be. And then there's another style that they are working, and you walk in and you're watching them all work, and they have their resumes and they have their cards, and you have your information to hand out back to them. So that's a career day. It's a good move. It's not the best move. It's not intimate. Everybody's busy. There's too many things to concentrate on, and you can't get intimate about the transformation business that we're into, the level of depth. But when you're there, you're looking for one thing, and talent is not what you're looking for. Talent is not what you're looking for at that level. You're looking for passion. You're looking for those eyes that are glimmering when you tell them a possible story about transforming somebody, if you had that opportunity for a minute or two. You tell them about Weeks for Kids and how you work with children and in the community for giving them free hair for hair loss. And you begin to look in their eyes and in their heart, as the scripture says, the windows of the heart are the eyes. Look at those eyes glimmer, sparkle, even tear, and you know you want to capture that person as a possible team member candidate at that point. So then you're going to be talking to the education director, and you're going to offer also, after you've got the calendar dates and sign up, schedule it on your schedule ahead of time so you're ready, that you don't get an appointment, you don't get, something else that gets in the way. And then offer to her, would you like to do a hair thinning and hair loss career class? Career class. That's really important, the wording. Career class. You're not pitching your center because everybody would like to do that. You want to educate them. You're a member of the Hair Loss University, and your studies and education has given you the ability not only to do with a personal practice, but also educate, and you'd like to do that to introduce their students into the career of hair thinning and hair loss. Then you go to the career day and you meet the students, and again, as I said, look for passion. Look for passion, and if you don't know how to look for passion, practice. Practice, practice, practice. You need to find that passion. Okay? Then follow up on your investment. Once you have gone there, if you've gotten some resumes, you saw some passion, definitely, and I'm going to share with you how to do this, but definitely get connected. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The key to success is in the follow-up. It's not even in the introduction. It's the return on your investment that you follow up, follow up, follow up. Make a decision whether they're right or wrong, and then move on, or get them in at that point. So when you're here, back up to here, when you're here, and you're, let's say, going to be doing a presentation, a class, a career class, you're going to need a recruiting presentation, right? Obviously. You start off with an introduction, introducing the hair thinning and hair loss career, a pathway to success that has the representation of trichology now, and it has hair replication and hair replacement and 3D technology and advancement for medical clients, genetic predisposition clients, all the different things of alopecia, that type of thing. So you talk to them a little bit about the big scope of this industry. Photographs, PowerPoints, videos, definitely used, but here's that point, and I'm going to have that underlined in our notes to you. The point is, be sure that you have confirmed the type of and ability of utilizing your technology, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, whatever it is, whether you need to bring your computer, whether you need to bring a memory stick, whether you need to bring whatever, you want to know way ahead of time so you're prepared, and maybe you even go in ahead of time to test it. There's nothing worse to go for the video or go for the slide presentation and it's not there, it won't come up. And it is technology, so technology is great when it works, and you've seen that even in our presentations here. So in turn, you give them that first introduction of the career, the big scope. Then you begin to introduce your culture. That's the team culture. That's the team culture of changing lives. And you tell your story. How did you get into this business? How did you go from salon, cosmetologist, or barber into the relationship of what you're doing and the being and living the dream of being able to transform lives and taking your career and your license and advancing it to a higher level? Then the modalities of hair loss, the corrective modalities from treatments and typical corrective levels of preventive levels of hair loss, and then replication. Of course, you know, these are basically treatments and servicing under trichology, no matter what level you're at. And then this is hair replacement, but we call it replication, because if we can't correct it, if we've already prevented the dandruff or the hair loss from thinning more, and it's still losing, then we have to replicate it at that point. Integration, duplication, or if they've lost it because of medical losses, you're going to replicate their hair that they've lost at that point. So it's basically the modalities of hair loss. Then, ideally, have a virtual journey of a client. Have a video that has the ability for you to take them through the lifestyle of the course. If you are in a master's course with us, if you have the CMC, if you've taken the consultation master course, you have a video that's able to take you from beginning to end of the Rachel story. And they can see within a short period of time, 4 minutes or 11 minutes, short version, long version, they've got the ability to see her experience from the phone call to the front desk, to the consultation, to the mold and casting, to the manufacturing, to the delivery, and to her lifestyle, jumping in a swimming pool and hanging out, just being herself, looking herself and living her life. Powerful. Let others tell the story. You're there to truly introduce them and educate them. Then you've got to take them to the next journey, which is Weeks for Kids. You've got to present the Weeks for Kids program, what it's all about. Show a picture of a child before and after. Show a video of a child's storyline that's there. And in the program of the certification affiliate, you have that in your $5,000 package of PR and materials and everything else that you have available to you is the video of a little kid telling the story. Me telling you the story of how it started with my niece who lost her hair because of leukemia. So in turn, that's the next plug-in. Now you timeline this. That's an important factor. You need a timeline so you don't just get into a rabbit hole. None of these are rabbit holes. You want to work with going through the process of practicing this so you really have an impact, like a consultation. You want to practice and have a presentation that really impacts it. But you go through Weeks for Kids, then the inventory or invitation to join our team. You either hand out a form to sign, make it simple, but hand out a form to sign right then if they've got interest and hand it in at the end. Or do what we do. We've got an app that they simply go 555-888. They text hair loss, and we capture their email, we capture their first name, second name, and then we ask them with a follow-up email to send us their resume for us to begin the interview process, right? So that's your beginning. Next is the presentation materials. What do you need to bring with you? Not too much. Less is more, and keep it simple because they don't have a lot of files in their head about all of this. Most of the beauty schools, though, especially the Paul Mitchells, especially the Avedas, the bigger franchise ones, have trained these kids or had people come in and do fast track extensions and toppers and all these things that they think they're experts. They're also calling themselves certified. I'm a little offended by that because as an educator, that's not how you certify or educate somebody. And even though they're doing some things, they have no real experience in all the parameters of this, from sales to the business to pricing to marketing it. But again, know that extensions happen to be the buzz that you can work with, but you're looking to give them the real career education of transformation of those people that are needing preventive or corrective or replication. Extensions are a part of it, and very uniquely because you're using extensions that are specialized for thin hair, not extensions for fashion because it can cause more hair loss. Okay? So you need samples of bases and hair pieces all finished, looking beautiful on a great mannequin. If you only have one, then just one. If you got 2 or 3, like a full head, an integration, possibly some other type of system that you're working with, then you want it finished. and you want molds, casts, and if you have the bases, empty bases that I tell you to order in the Consultation Master Course, that's really important. They can see a full, beautiful head of hair on a mannequin, and you show and flip to them a cap that has no hair in it. It's just the base, and they start to get the connection. This is not just grandma's wig that you're putting on someone's head, okay? Or Uncle Joe's bad toupee that they've seen too many times. And then you talk to them about trichology. Have some trichology instruments if you have them. A scope, a laser. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it is important to have a piece to be able to talk of. A prop is all you're doing. You're not trying to educate them on how to, just the career availabilities and opportunities of hair thinning and hair loss industry, beauty, business. Then you want handouts of your center, the profile of your center, what you do, how you do it, your contact information, and then again, the Join Our Team sign up form or text. If you get that techie, you can actually use the text for them to, and we just wrote it on the board, and we had out of 50 to 60, I think they said 40, but it looked like 50 or 60 in the room. We did our presentation at the Paul Mitchell Beauty Academy. And what we did then was to present everything, and I said, before you leave the room, I know that you go right into another class, or you go right on the floor. I wrote, and I'll tell you why she was there. I had Laura write the 555-888 hair loss, and I said, if you're interested in getting involved or learning more about joining our team or learning more about the career of hair thinning and hair loss, text hair loss to 555-888. We had 5 immediately text us. 2 of them advanced themselves by sending us their resumes, and right now we are following up with an email and an appointment scheduled to have an interview, first interview on the phone or video, which would be anything from Skype to FaceTime to Zoom, whatever you might be using. I'm going to tell you a key about that first call, so hold on just a minute. But that's the basis of what the teams you need to take for you. Online material, which is really important because this is the ongoing basis. I'll come back to the school in just a minute, but you need something that will represent a true excitement online or handout or the relationship of possibly advertising, ads in the paper, ads online. And so you want to have, what if there's a company that really has an ability to introduce you to a career that can change lives and to give you the ability to do more than just cut their and style and color their hair? What if employees would pay on a different method that you really got your worth and value of your skill set? What if you didn't have to fight to get into that position and go out and try to build so many clients all over to be able to make a paycheck every week? What if you got a chance to change lives? Contact information then is on this website along with any other social media platforms. Real important document that you don't want to not have with you. Have it done by an artist, and then have that artist know that you want to use it on handouts, you want to use it mobile, you want to use it on your website, you want to use it on your Facebook, and you want to use it in a slide presentation on a PowerPoint, because it would be beautiful to be shot up on the screen while you're doing the presentation. So these little things, when you really integrate them into the presentation and your continual recruiting. Oh, by the way, when do we do recruiting? Always. Well, I don't have a place for somebody. Always. Do the recruiting on an ongoing basis. Why? You never know when somebody's going to get pregnant. You never know when somebody's going to leave. You never know when somebody's going to get married and not need to work anymore. You never know these things coming up. Always recruit and keep that file, and there's always room in my book for that perfect person. Perfect not in perfection, perfect fit, that they have that passion and desire, okay? So next, the additional options, if available to you, if available, I would bring a client to talk about their hair loss. What a showstopper. I mean a showstopper. And then, if you can bring a child from your Wigs for Kids clientele, because you've been working that little kid with their mom, come with them and share their story about forget about it. You can sit down and call it a day, because that child will probably take the audience. But with that child, you do some presentation. You should have already done and asked them their permission to do a Facebook Live and talk to her. Just talk to them like a kid and let her talk and get her practicing talking in front of your camera, your phone, so that she gets the ability to feel comfortable, ask some questions, tell her story, and you find one that's got some great character, some incredible character. We have two that went viral. One went 32 million views on BuzzFeed. The other one went 16 million views. That's a big time view, and not every kid wants that, but you know what? When you are in consulting, and we teach that in the affiliate certification program that's free to you, if you join the Wigs for Kids affiliate program, and if you haven't, let us know right here now, because you got to join the team so that you have the experience of a lifetime changing lives. But those children want to help you help other kids, and they want to tell their story, and so does their mom, and so does their dad. We found that to be an incredible spokesperson relationship for our practice, our business practice, as well as Wigs for Kids. Then bring a staff member. If you've got a staff member already, bring that. I brought Laurel. Many of you already know she's one of our trainers here in the center. She's absolutely incredible because she came from pennies, corporate level. She went to Great Clips. She then went back to corporate, and then went to a stock. And she went through the whole process in a 5 or 6 year period of time, and was tired of the corporate world, tired of just hairdressing, didn't want to do management, but really wanted to change lives. Her little 10-minute story blew her out, but what I made her do is I made her type it out first. I said, first, type it out, type your story out. I went over it, tuned it up a little bit, asked her to go in front of a camera, and we shot her doing her presentation. I said, be natural, just be yourself, and if you make a mistake, nobody knows what you were going to say, nobody knows what you didn't say, nobody knows anything more than you do about your life. So just tell it the way it is and enjoy it. And that created a wonderful opportunity for her to just give a tremendous presentation that really touched these kids, because she happened to go to that college, that university. So it was really, really neat. So in turn, you've got a couple bonuses. I've already given you the steps to successful recruiting the right team members. It's not just the school, but it's the online, it's the storylines online, it's the ads, it's the handouts, and the proper timing of recruiting all the time. And then I got 2 more bonuses for you. You know me, I love bonuses. So here's some bonuses that are really important. Bonus number 1, check out the applicant online. Right now, my team is going online to all those individuals, the 5 that sent their application in. Why? I want to know if they're nutcases. I want to know if they're extremists. I want to know if they're so caught up in fashion, are they really going to be interested in changing and transforming lives? I want to know them before I call them, okay? And I want to eliminate them before I really get to that point. If I eliminate them, I would either send an email or give them a call and saying, we have filled the position, but we'll keep your name on file, keep us in tune to how your career goes, and we bid you a great success, okay? So always be kind. Then you want the second bonus, surprise first interview call. I call, or I have the front desk call to just interview them by saying, we have a time that Jeffrey, our team is going to interview you, because I'll tell you about how the interview process goes in just a second. We want to, let you know that. That call is not to tell them the information. That's secondary. It is to see how they answer the phone. You're always on stage. You're always on stage. And if you answer the phone like, hello, or yeah, then I know we got either a tremendous amount of work to get that person out of that place. And you say, Jeff, everybody has a bad day. Yep, but not on interview day, not on call-in day. It's their opportunity to be able to present themselves unknowingly, because there's professional interviewers that can do a great job. I'd rather catch them off guard and success. Let me tell you how I really confirmed this just recently. My youngest son, Caleb, is a glassblower, an incredible glassblower. Has worked at the Cleveland Institute of Art. He's gone to Chicago, Columbia University, graduated from Kent State, and he's just been an incredible, he's worked with Chihuly's team in a glass exposition. So he's really got some experience, he's got some incredible work, but he's just never been able to get where he wants to get to. Because he needs a furnace, he needs all these things, he needs a team to really do, because he does some big stuff. And so he, just for out of the blue, not even on his radar, he goes back to the college he graduated on because he had heard word that they had built a new studio, a new glass studio. He wanted to see it. So he went back there and he happened to run into the professor. The professor and him started to share and talk and discuss, and the professor, when Caleb was there a number of years back, was a grad student doing teaching while Caleb was a student there. And in 4.5 hours of discussion and conversation and strategies and philosophies, the professor said, hey, I would love to see you do a demonstration. So he brought in the students, and Caleb went through a demonstration, which is his best skill set, blew everybody away. And that night, the same night, unexpected visit, unexpected time to share with the professor, he was offered a graduate program. To be a graduate, they would form it around his schedule and his time and relate to the process of what he needed, even give him a staple of money to subsidize the money that he wouldn't be getting from work where he was going to be leaving to part-time, and free use of the entire studio and the student body to be able to work together with them. I hear a sound that we got in the background. What do we got?
Your battery's low too.
Okay. So he ended up getting that. So again, got to be unexpected. It could be important. So you've got the interview. Our interview process, just to close on, is that first call, the second visit to the salon, interview, not an interview, but a walkthrough, show everybody, talk to everybody, say hello, watch the operations for about 30 to 45 minutes, including our morning huddle. Then next schedule, they come back, they sit with the front desk, and then work through the day with a shadowing day. The next, they sit down for a final touch and feel kind of understanding of our culture, and then third one, we offer them the position. And you can either say this fits or it doesn't fit. This should help you, and I hope that it does. Continue to recruit, continue to grow, continue to develop your hair thinning and hair loss business and your career. I look forward to hearing from you the transformation of lives that you're performing each day. Don't leave us out on this. Bring us this information, show us these pictures, and give us the ability to truly know how your life is flowing on the journey of your hair loss expert experience in life. Living the dream. Beauty and change begins within. I'll see you soon. Hi, Jeffrey Paul here, and I've got some exciting news I want to share with you. I'm just finishing up right now. I'm in the studio, in fact, if you can see behind me, in doing a 4-series video training that I'm providing for you for free. And it's the basis of building your hair thinning and hair loss business and the psychology and art of consultation. I am really very excited to share all of this with you. And as I said, this 4-series is free. Wait a minute, if that's not enough, I'm a bonus guy. I'm also going to be doing a wrap-up on a complete webinar rolled out over the next series of weeks, but you need to sign up and be a part of the private Facebook group where it's all going to be happening. It's going to be exciting with people from all over the world because each time we've done something like this, it's really brought in an incredible group. But this is about you and the impact you can have on people who are losing their hair is thinning, their frustrations, their low self-esteem is all being impactful in their character and their life. So I want to share with you the 4 pillars and the formula that has been successful for me in 35 years of practice and has helped hundreds and hundreds of people that I've trained to work into their careers of hair loss specialists. So please join me by simply going down below and clicking, and we'll be sending you a notice to join us on our Facebook group, and you will be absolutely, I promise, educated, inspired, motivated, and empowered for your career and your success. Again, I'm Jeffrey Paul, and remember, beauty and change begins within.